Actually, there are two types of numbers, integers and floats. Integers numbers are also called real numbers, numbers without any points. However, floats numbers always have point. So if you have a number like 5, then it will be integer number. But if you have a number like 5.300, then it will be float. So in this lecture, we are going to learn about numbers and numbers function deeply. So first, let's create three variables right here. So I have created three variables. First number, second number are integer, and third number is a float value because it has 3 point something value. Now with numbers you can do simple mathematical functions like you can add them, subtract them, multiply them, divide them, whatever you want. Like if I echo right here our third number and add some value in it like +9 and -6, and let's save this one out, see it in browser now. We have this number.php file. See, now we add some integer numbers in floats. So this is just a basic mathematical operation. You can also divide some number with some other number, like if I can divide some point float number with 6. Let's save this one out. See, now we have this value of 0.51 and something. Now let's divide some number with 0. I can divide 7 with 0. Save this one out. See it in browser now. See, now we have error on line 15 because we cannot divide any number with 0. It will give us an error. Now these were just basic mathematical operation that you can do with your numbers. Now I'm going to add some operation on our floating number. You can find ceiling and floor of any number by using number function. For finding ceiling, you just have to type ceil keyword, then you have to pass your number or your variable. In this case, I'm going to pass this third variable inside our ceiling, and in here I'm just going to call ceiling so that we can differentiate in browser. And in case if you want to find some floor of any number, you just have to pass the value of floor, then variable name. In case I'm going to find the value of third number, let's save this one out and now see it in browser. See, now our number of 3.65 has the ceiling of 4 and floor of 3. Now by using number function, you can find some information about some specific number, whether it's an integer number or a float number. So in this case, we have first number and second numbers are integer and this third number is floor. So I'm just going to use the function of isInt, and in the echo statement I'm going to write is our number. Which number? Our first number is integer. Now in the last lecture I told you how you can differentiate a variable within the string by putting these curly braces. So in the output you will see actual number 3 on line 19 at the place of first number, not this variable text. Now let's concatenate this string with our function is underscore int. Now we have to pass the variable name. So in this case the variable will be that we are going to check first number. Now let's copy this one out from here and paste it right after it. Now let's change it for third number. So we already know that first number is integer and third number is not an integer, it's a float value. So let's save this one out, see it in browser now. So is 3 integer? It means 1. 1 means that it's true. 3 is integer. And in case if you don't have any 1 after your function output, then it means that it's false. So in this case, we are calling is 3.65478 is integer. There is nothing, means there is 0. That's why this one is false and this one has value of 1. It means that it's true. You can also find in another sense by just copying these statement from here. We can change this function for float by just putting instead of int float here. Changing this for float. Save this one out, refreshing the page. See, now we have is 3 float. No, it's not. That's why there is hidden 0. And is 3.65478 is float 1. 1 means yes, it is float. So like integer and floating value, you can also find out a numeric value whether it's not numeric or numeric. So let's change this for numeric. Changing the function is numeric. You should have to be careful while calling the function, because if you write capital N here, then your function will not going to be run. So you should keep in mind that PHP is case sensitive language. Save this one out, refreshing the page. Is 3 is a numeric? Yeah, we know. And 3.65 is numeric? Yes, it's also a numeric. That's why 1 on those statement of numeric has right here. Now there are also some simple functions of numbers. You can convert your decimal number into a binary and binary into a decimal. You can take square root. You can find absolute value. You can find power of any number. You can find modulus. You can find anything you want by using numbers. So first, let's convert one simple decimal number into binary. For that you have to mention des bin. Inside this you have to pass your number. I'm going to pass number of 3. Let's close this one out, save this one out and see it in browser, refreshing the page. Now we converted our 3 into binary and that is 1 1. We can also convert it in back by just calling one function of bin des, and we can give it its binary of 1 1, saving the file, refreshing the page. See, now we have 3. So in first step we converted our 3 into binary and then we converted our bin, means our binary, into decimal. Now you can also find square root of any number by sqrt. I'm going to find square root of 8. You can find absolute value between two numbers by calling abs function, and you have to give it two values for finding absolute value. I'm gonna give it minus 50 and plus 100. You can find power of any number by calling function of pow. You can find modulus of any number. Actually, modulus it a reminder. When you divide 7 with 6, then you will have remainder of 1. And if you divide 14 with 7, then you will have remainder of nothing. So I'm going to call here fmod function, and inside this I'm going to divide 15 by 7. So what remainder we will have? We will have the remainder of 1. So 7 ones are 7, 7 twos is 14 and remainder 1. You can pick any random number. It's also very important in JavaScript and PHP to pick your random number, because sometimes when you are dealing with your users, you have to assign him some random username or random password. For that, you can just call function of rand and pass it empty parameter, so the computer will pick up the random number by itself. But if you want to pick the random number by yourself, then you have to give it two values. These values will be its ranges. Means the computer is bound to pick from 500 to 1600 numbers. Now let's save this one out. Before checking it in browser, let's put some text so that you can understand these functions. So we are done. But before going to browser, let's correct one syntax of power and modulus from here. So I want to find the power of 2 by 10. So 2 here, then comma, and then 10. This is the right syntax. And then for finding modulus, I have to put comma in here too. Let's save this one out. See it in browser now. See, now we have our binary of 11, then we converted our binary into decimal of 3. We have this exact square root, we have absolute value, we have the power, we have modulus 15 divided by 7, we have remainder of 1. We have this random number, we have random number from 500 to 1600 and it's 822. If we refresh the page or just look on this second line, it's going to change every time. See, this is the power of using random function with numbers. Now before we finish this lecture, there are some simple steps that I want to clarify right now. You can see we have this second number is equal to 4. So if I echo here our second number is equal to second number plus 2. Let's see it in browser first. Save this one out. We have 6 right here. Now if I remove this dollar second number from here and put this plus before equal sign, then what will be the output? The output will be the same. Let's save this one out. See it in browser. There is nothing changed in our 6. Now you can also do increment and decrement with your numbers. You can add one by adding 2 plus plus sign for increment. Let's echo this one out. Now for decrement, let's copy this one out from here, paste it right after it, and for decrement let's change it for minus minus. Save this one out, see it in browser now. See, we have increment of 7, we have decrement of 6. So there are many things that you can do with your numbers by using number function, but I think that's it for now.